Welcome to the Square Ring Podcast, everybody. Episode 48. Because I had an illness, we had some scheduling issues. Danny Boy has graciously decided to come on next Monday, so we're throwing out what happened on January 13th, a match in which one of our rookies, Brice, you can go back and look at an episode for that, almost broke his neck. So we're going to go through that and Big Jim's title defense.
All right. Can't go wrong with a Big Jim match. Big Texan. Woo.
Yeah, when we get up there, I'm going to ask you the difference between a lariat and a clothesline, but I already know the answer to that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy.
You got to be blind to throw a lariat.
Right now we got these showboats here. Unwelcome people from Canada.
Didn't Herd call him Canadian Zero?
We like to call him that little purple character from McDonald's, Grimace.
Grimace, yeah.
I mean, check out that guy's outfit. It's all purple. Why would you do that?
And then we have a Super Mario guy in the hat there. Both of those are regulars, by the way. They watch this, so they already know we're going to tease them a bit. But that crowd, it was standing room only. By the TV area, I had people standing there watching, asking, can I get some seats?
Man, this is actually a weird combination of people here. So you got Curtis Wild, and you got Brice. Brice being that newcomer. Of course, we talked to Brice. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's wanted to get his name out there more in 2024. But you got Curtis Wild, who I think he's openly admitted. He did that on our podcast. That he's openly admitted that this might be one of his last years. So you kind of got like almost like a passing of the torch type of thing going on here.
Close, but with Wildfire having back surgery to make sure she can continue to perform, I'm not really sure he's going to give it up. I've heard a lot of wrestlers say, I think this is my last, and then 10 years later they finally retire.
Oh man, that's just because once it's in your blood, it's hard to get it out. Every couple of years you get this little itch to come back. Kind of like when I hurt my back, doctor said, they wanted to put some rods in there, that the wrestling career was going to be over. And, of course, I just let the swelling go down, went to rehab, went back into the ring. I don't know if that tells you how stupid I am or how smart I am. One, I didn't have to have the back surgery, but I went back into the ring.
Well, and then not to mention both shoulders, you broke your foot twice.
Yeah.
And that's just since I've known you in almost 10 years.
Yeah, got a steel plate, 6 screws in the left foot. Probably should start kicking people with my left foot.
Hey, down there we have Canadian Zero's personal stooge.
I tell you, there was a match that me and Gary Jackson had against these two idiots, and their personal stooge was in the way. And I was handing out lariats, so I went ahead and gave him one on the outside just for, just for good looks. Keep the standard up.
Is that why we didn't see him for 3 weeks?
Definitely could have been.
Now, for people wondering about the autofocus going on with the cameras, we had a lot of people with flash, and every time they would flash, it would throw off the autofocus because we're filming in 4K Ultra, and at 60 frames, 60 FPS, so it wasn't only mine. We had 5 video cameras set up in different angles, and all of them were having trouble with zoom. Or autofocus, not zoom.
There you go. He just introduced. Oh, no. Why did he let him have the mic?
I don't know, but both these guys, when they were on the mic, I kept telling them, quit swallowing it. I think he licked it a couple times, too. Gotta tell him it's not a lollipop.
They call themselves the A-team. But, man, this is more like a C or a D squad.
All the leather in the world isn't going to help him out.
I always joke around that Lynn Williams' little pants that he wears makes him look like he's wearing a diaper.
Yeah, an old school diaper. That's supposed to be his I'm a redback spider type of thing?
I have no idea.
Because it's a stripe on his ass for the redback spider. I kind of like Brice's trunks there. He's got eyeballs on his ass cheek. So.
I didn't see that. Oh, all right. Maybe those trunks are just saying, look at this.
The announcer is Dr. Drew. The referee is Adam. He's pretty well new. And we're going to point something out towards the end. So some talking, some more talking, and then we'll get to the action finally.
I don't know if you just heard what Brice said. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you've been working with him on his mic skills at the Ace Academy. He's coming along pretty good. I remember when he first poked his head out.
Well, so he is part Mexican. And I tell him all the time that he needs to get on the mic and do a little bilingual, promo. Because here in Illinois, or at least in Bello, there's a few Mexicans that are coming through and always around. And, it wouldn't hurt to be able to speak both languages.
It does not at all. I know it helps us what we're doing. There's the Zero doing some
nice reversal there. Back elbow there. Well, not a drop, but a back elbow. Club into the back. Brice might have learned something here. Little arm wringer. There you go.
Tag for Curtis Wild.
So the object of any tag team is to cut the ring in half. You don't want your opponent to be able to tag his tag partner. So you cut the ring in half and keep your opponent kind of tucked into your corner, or at least your side of the ring. That way you can, dish out some punishment, tag your partner. In this case, it would be Brice. You guys keep coming back and forth and doing some punishment, keeping you refreshed, but at the same time keeping Vincent away from his tag partner. Which, with a little cheap poke in the eye, he was just able to get away and tag.
Outside of Glenn trying to set up the old boot to the noggin. He wasn't in a hurry to jump in that ring, was he?
No. Glenn, I think that's one thing he needs to learn. He's just not anxious to get in there. There we go.
Man, he should be on the LA Hustlers then.
Right. Tagging great with him.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that? That was a nice standing drop kick. Oh, look at that chicken. Always grabbing for the ropes.
I don't know, both those Canadians touch the ropes.
Oh, look at that. Now he's straddling the rope. Get him off me, ref. Get him off me.
He needs to kiss it and give it a big old hug saying thank you. Speaking of which, here comes the big Canadian hug. A little bit of encouragement. Never hurt anybody, yeah?
Uh-oh.
I think he kissed him on the cheek and said, do I need to go back in?
I'll go in, but I'm going to tag right back out.
And Glenn Williams, the one that tried to do a lariat off with you and got beat by the tackling dummy?
Well, when he did his version of the lariat, he just bounced right off. Of course, that setup gave me enough time to line him up. And, look, so that's the kind of inexperience that Andy still has, the ref. Glenn's hand was clearly on Brice's back, not letting Brice's shoulders touch the mat, but yet Andy was counting.
Yeah, he's still new and hasn't learned selective blindness yet.
There we go. Anytime, these Canadian non-heroes get in the ring, you always got to chant USA. If they're so promotive of Canada, I agree. They should just go back to Canada.
Canada doesn't want them. They keep sending them back. Get back to St. Louis where you belong.
Oh, there we go.
Didn't Curtis Wild come from Chicagoland?
I'm not too sure. Either Chicago, I think he did a little spell in Detroit.
Motor City.
Motor City.
Lions playing this Sunday. I believe this Sunday.
Yeah, his character on his shirt is the line, because he calls himself the Lion of the Loop. Short tackle, and Curtis is the fence there.
Curtis looks more like Craven than the guy that's playing Craven and coming out.
What are we going to do, Brice? Oh, what is this? A running drop kick? Yep, I figured so.
Too bad he hit more of Curtis's forearm than Glenn. I don't know if you could see that because of Erica's flash going on straight into the camera.
There we go. That's what a good tag team does, So Curtis was working the head with a headlock takeover. Brice comes in and goes right to the head as well.
Wildfire's cheering him on, going, break his neck, break his neck. Glenn's got a pretty muscular neck, though. That'd be a feat for him.
You mean no neck Glenn?
Yep. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, let's see. First thing he does is cheat. Puts that boot to his throat.
Be foreshadowing for your match? For people who think that doesn't hurt, come to a match. That hurts.
Hey, look, see, he's pulling his hair.
About ready to see one of the Canadian Zero's signature moves. Actually, two of them.
Now they just don't know what the hell they're doing.
Didn't they used to call that the crab?
I don't know about that. I mean, they do have a Boston crab that I don't know if they do it, but.
Signature. Man, even with that big ass of that leather going down your back, that'd burn.
Well, that's why he's able to do that. Because if he didn't have that leather suit, he wouldn't be able to slide off of anybody. He'd just get stuck between the ropes.
Now Brice needs to put on Andre's favorite thing. Baby oil!
There you go.
Make him slide off torpedo into the crowd.
I'm pretty sure positive that that quote was, "Go, baby oil."
You're 100% correct.
All right, Brice, we need to do something here to fight out of this.
Well, I guess you could go that way.
Well, that was Vincent's version of the drop kick, which is about a half a foot off the ground.
He was dropping something.
It's more or less like a slide.
Man, Adam's more athletic than Glenn. Did you see that? Jumping over the steps coming in there?
Later on, if we keep doing this, we can talk about that cage match where he had to climb the cage and put it back together during the match.
Yep, we did. I did post that, but with zero commentary. Ooh!
Yeah, it's kind of like a...
That's a shock to the spine. I've had that happen. I mean, that...
Here we go, tag. There we go.
Except it was on straight ground.
Clothesline for you, clothesline for you, back elbow for you. How about another one?
He's Oprah of the ring.
Handed everything out.
Yeah, he's the squared ring Oprah. Double reversal with a straight kick.
Kick to the midsection, and then Sean's taking the hook. Curtis just took right back over. 2. Oh, so close there. That was
all Curtis had to do was kind of roll back and
put a little bit more leverage on it.
Yep.
But that's actually one of Curtis'.
Okay, now here, right there, that's where he almost broke his neck and he was hurt. And you'll see here, folks, that Sean is actually upset, knows that Brice is hurt, and he's yelling at Adam, the referee. He's visibly upset. He's cursing at him, saying, "Why didn't you come down here sooner?" Of course, I'm clearing up the language, and that's Sean going to the back to go get some help for Brice because he knows Brice is injured.
And here's the thing, folks. This is sports entertainment. We might say shit about you, might even hate some of you, your opponents. But at the end of the day, we would like everyone to come home safe. Everyone's got a family. Everyone's got jobs they got to go back to.
And on this one, Brice is girlfriend fiance, had come back for the first time in a while to watch, and to watch him almost break his neck because he under-rotated. I mean, he's severely under-rotated. We're going to see a close-up and a slow motion of it. But Brice was not doing well. He's fine now. He's sore, and here's the slow-mo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was severely under-rotated. Didn't support himself when he came down. I hope it doesn't color his progression to do aerials in the future, because he's good at it.
That should definitely happen. He's been doing that move so good for the last 3 or 4 matches that you've seen of him, and then for it to go wrong once, sometimes they hesitate to go back and do it. But I tell you, that's the best way to do it, is to jump back on that horse
and do it again. I'm thinking maybe the bottom rope or the rope mid rope wasn't tight enough, because I know it was adjusted several times.
Well, and that's the thing too. This particular night, it got so cold. It was the first day of the snow for this town. It got so cold, I want to say it was like 17 degrees.
But with wind chill, it was negative 17. It actually got down to, by the time this ended, that's Prater, by the way. That's Jim's opponent.
That's not Prater.
It's not Prater? Who is that?
No, that's Payton.
Oh, that's Payton Ayres, that's right.
Yeah. So
well,
part of this
if I could read, I could have seen that, but, words are hard.
He's part of this whole Devastation Inc. Was Sheik Prater, but he's been absent here lately. I don't know what's going on with him. And then, Attila. Attila's the one that I took the classic scrap from. And that's the scrap that I'm actually currently defending right now that we're going to watch here.
Ever since you beat Attila last time, he hasn't come anywhere near you. Usually I hear a lot from him. He'll come over and say things to me. Nope, not this time. Jim's doing his, fashionably laid intro on this song.
Well, you got to come out to a certain part of the song. You just can't. As soon as the song happens, you just can't go out there. But I tell you what, you can't tell that the fans don't love you. They take so much of my time before the match and even after the match. Everyone wants to shake my hand, give me hugs and everything like that.
Yeah, and watch this. I mean, you made this little kid's night. You almost walked by and then you came back. See that little one? You came back.
And so that's the sad thing. You see this little girl in the back next to me? She's out there dancing. And I totally missed her. Even at the end, when after the match, I shook some more hands. And look at her, she's just going to town dancing.
Drew on the intro. Stephen E's in there. Hey, where's your manager of valet?
Yeah, see. I just don't have one. Every now and then I got some people watching my back, like my brother-in-law, Bobby D, or even my tag partner, on a lot of occasions, Gary Jackson. But sometimes you just got to go on it alone,
Yeah, Gary was in the back napping for his cage match, which he needed. It was a brutal cage match. Fun to watch, though. So brutal, they broke the ring.
Couple times.
Yep, broke the door and then broke the opposite side.
So, a little backstory. This is not the first time I ran into Payton. We've had I think this is probably our 3rd match. The last match that we had, though, where he had this plan, I would say, he was trying to take my legs out from underneath. And he spent the whole match just trying to break my left leg. Of course, it didn't happen.
No, as you can see, they did a little different. Well, you felt it, but as the people can see, they did a little bit of a different approach this match.
Yeah.
They never mind about your legs and your knees this time.
Well, I'll tell you, at the end of the last match that we had, I got a little happy, grabbed a chair, and let him have it a few times. So he's probably not my best friend right now. And so he's probably seeking out some revenge. Of course, it's his shot at the title. I don't think the last time it was actually a shot at the title. So this,
No, he was making his bones to get this shot.
yeah.
For the younger, that just means he's earning his right for the title match.
You know, this is also a different look for Payton. He's got a different outfit, got some claims.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks different from what I seen last time. It was mostly just black with.
Well, you know, he's got to run his mouth, give me a little shot. I just return the favor a little bit. When these, bulls come up and they want a piece of the title or a piece of me, I always got to feel them out first. Make sure that...
That's a lot to feel.
That is. There we go. Nice little shoulder tackle. Didn't budge me at all. There we go. A little push. Oh, look at him.
Nobody wants the lariat.
I was kind of hoping to end it early and go home.
Especially with this night where we had every single match could have been a main event.
Well, I don't know if you see what I did there. When after I shoved him, after doing the shoulder tackle, I did a little...
Crowd participation coming up.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Okay, now what you did after you...
Well, most of the time, it was like they want to challenge you to a shoulder tackle fight. Well, I'll let him throw one. And then, I dove to the mat. I had him kind of almost trip over me to kind of set up for Larry. But, this was a little smart, backed up a little bit.
I think Steven actually ran into the people in that first row, too.
Now, most people probably didn't hear me, but when I was facing him at this moment, I actually told him, I said, all right, smile and look for the camera.
You're about ready to get slapped.
Okay, right.
When you do your patented lick slap, every time you do that, people always go, ooh, right before you smack. It's the ooh, ah thing.
And I get it, it's because probably got sweat on that hand, probably got his sweat in my hand. And there was one time when I was fighting Attila and we were both bleeding from our match. And I licked my hand to swat him on, and everyone kind of freaked out on that too. But,
You're both clean.
Yeah, we get our blood work done for a reason. Plus you're in the moment. Sometimes that's all it takes is you being in the moment and you do shit that you don't normally do.
I'm waiting for Steven to do his inner Jimmy Hart.
People just start running.
Start running, yeah.
And this is not me being a bully to Nick, but just let Nick know that who's in charge,
Nick knows. He always says, hello, sir, when he sees you when you come in. Now here's a slap off coming. That sounds really bad.
Yeah, but he's not getting anything good. I think this last one is probably his best one. Oh yeah, I almost felt the pain right now.
Well, when people look harder at the shots, they see the welts.
I'll tell you, I posted one on my TikTok. Just taking, I wouldn't say liberties on my students. We have this thing that if you're a new student at the ACE Academy, we'll let you get by a couple of days of training before you get your first chop. But I posted a video of me chopping two of the new students.
You chop Marie?
No. But I tell you, I always try not to chop them and get out of it because the other students, it's like a rite of passage. The other students will chop the new one.
That's a classic move.
Oh yeah, big old suplex. Now, a lot of times I find that these guys, guys that they throw up against me, like I'll find out through the grapevine that I didn't think he could pick me up. No one's picked me up. I've never been floating around the ring like that. Good looks.
Well, it's James Beard. What I like to always bring people back, James Beard down in Texas style, which is a hard style wrestling, calls you and the wrestlers up here the St. Louis Brutes.
Yeah.
Because you guys beat them.
So I just shoulder tackled him, and then I guess he got a little smart and moved out of the way. So I went to shoulder tackle again and was, caught the ring post and everything. And I think this is the beginning of my demise here.
Here comes the focus.
Yeah. Yeah, count a little faster, buddy.
And here's Steven. Did he have something in his hand? Because it looked like he had something in his hand when he smacked it.
Yeah, he's got one of those camo prods. That's their main transportation, those camos, so they little, kind of like the same thing for a horse.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is where he's bending my arms. So, this is my lariat arm. So, I get what he was thinking, But at the same time, I need that arm.
I guess he forgot that you've done a double lariat multiple times, so you can swing it from both sides. And for the fans, the difference between a lariat and a clothesline is you have to be almost blind to throw a lariat. Because come on now, all the best lariat throwers use stand. Y'all can't see in the ring.
Yeah, so, a clothesline can be just tossed from anywhere, and it can be very light, it can be very, heavy and threatening, but a lariat, it's higher up on the body, it's more around the throat, the head area, and your purpose of throwing a lariat is just to knock the hell out of it,
And to be surprised when you hit because you think they're farther away.
Yeah, that was the big thing with Stan. Stan wore glasses, And back in the day, they didn't have, contacts or anything like that. So when Stan was in the ring, he couldn't see. He was literally blind as a bat. Look at this cheap skate. Oh my God.
Okay, what happened there?
Well, we didn't miss anything, so it's all good there.
In case people are wondering, the screen went black for a second. I have no idea what happened. I'm guessing it's probably a screensaver on my TV. Your fingers have to be tingly about now.
Oh, yeah. He's bending the elbow the wrong direction, working the shoulder.
I'm not gonna lie, filming it, I thought you were that was over at that point.
Oh.
Always got to talk to the crowd.
Yeah, and that that's the downfall is they take that time and gibber with the crowd, gives me a little breathing time, and they just don't realize that. That's what he's got. This time he's being so blunt and doing it right in front of her.
And this wasn't a no DQ match either.
No, there was supposed to be no weapons inbound.
Where were you going? You were rolling out of the ring.
Oh, trying to catch my damn breath. I hate to say it, but I'm not the most physical specimen out there.
Go on, you're ring fit. What are you talking about?
And then,
here we go.
This is my own damn weapon.
He didn't pull back either. You got an instant swell from that.
Oh, yeah, you can see it right down the arm.
Yep.
Like a little baseball swing he did there.
In case people are wondering, at this time I asked people on the opposite side If they're going to film the move, that's why a lot of people move. And you can see it in Jim's match, the autofocus stayed pretty well good.
I was kind of hoping for a little back. Well, now, let's see. Shoot across my mind. What is that called? Backdrop. But, a little cold breaker on the arm. Really trying to take my weapon away from me, you know?
Yeah, and I haven't really seen that move done in SICW a lot.
No, it's a little guy move, man. And, you know, Chris Jericho was the one that got that move pretty famous. So it's kind of odd to see a big 300-pounder do that.
I'm even trying to think back through WCCW and all the matches I've watched that we post on our social medias back then.
Now, see, this is, I was trying to throw my clothesline, but it wasn't, I've been beat down on that arm so bad. So he's actually thinking, oh, I survived. I survived his lariat.
Yeah, you know what happens when you assume. His assumption that, you know, doesn't really pan out for him very well. Some more tingling.
Yeah, been in that arm way, you know, different ways that it's not supposed to bend. You know, it looks like he's cutting off, I don't know, maybe that's how my head normally looks, all red, but.
I don't know, I mean, the evidence don't lie. I've seen you bench more than that, man. You could pick him up and throw him down.
There we go. There's my backdrop that I was going for earlier. Now it's just me trying to get the blood flowing back into the arm.
Well, you see under your tat there where he smacked you with the cattle prod? That's what I'm telling you. Instant. Instant when he hit you. He frogged you.
There we go. I'm trying to stretch it out. There we go. Got all of that one.
You know how tough he is. He didn't get knocked out. He's down, but he survived barely.
So here's the thing. You know, we can role play that back if we can. If not, everyone on his side thinks that he got that foot on the rope before the count of three. I'm not 100% sure if he did or not. So that's why we got this rematch coming February 9th. You know, because his manager, you know, has the money, and of course he's trying to buy everything out. Hell, he's even trying to buy SICW.
Yep.
But, you know, he threw his little panties in a knot and was complaining that Payton got his foot on the rope.
Again, look at what that rebar did to your arm. You had to have had a bruise after that.
Oh, if you look at my arm today, it's still bruised.
All right, let's look at this. Let's look at his little feet here.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, man.
Well, you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Yeah, he touched the rope. But Nick called it, so what's SICW's rule? What the referee says goes.
That's true.
If he didn't have little Trump feet. They're huge. They're huge.
Well, you know, the ref can't see it all.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were in the spot that the ref couldn't really see his legs, just his shoulders. And that's all the ref, you know, looks for us. The shoulders are down.
You still won. Steve can cry all he wants.
Hey, when they put it in the winner's book, or in the book, it shows that I won this match. That's all that matters.
Drew with the announcement. Still winner. Classics champion. Payton going after Nick. Steve throwing his normal fit. That man's never happy. He throws a fit even when his guys win.
Yeah, you know how they want. They just want it all. Want all, want more.
Difference between the Zeros and the USA Heroes. You guys talk after the match. Canadians talk before the match.
You know, he says I've been turning away challengers, but it's actually I've been accepting every challenge, and I've been winning all these matches.
Who said you turned? Drew said you turned away matches?
Yeah, he said since I won the bout, I've been turning away challengers. I guess it was just the way he worded it. He worded it wrong.
Yeah, because you have not said no to anybody. Next match, February 5th.
Nope, February 9th.
9th.
It's on a Friday night, so it's going to be a little different, guys. So it's Friday night at the Belfair Fairgrounds. The doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. And it's a little weird, too. So if you go in there Friday night, you actually can come to the TV tapings, which will be on a Saturday. Normally the TV tapings are on a Sunday, but you still get in free with your Friday night ticket. And of course, there's 4 hours of TV tapings, so you'll be able to see all of your favorite wrestlers wrestle maybe more than once. But yeah, we didn't catch it at the end there, but there's a special kid that was in the audience, and his parents reached out to me and wanted me to actually say something to him because it's been forever since he was able to come there, and this was like his first night back. So I actually went over to him, had him put on the belt, and then I had them take pictures of him. I was going to pick him up because sometimes I pick up a kid and I walk around the ring with them as they're holding the belt, but this time due to my shoulder pain.
You weren't picking up anything.
Yeah.
You didn't even hold the belt. You didn't even have the belt over your head when you won it back.
No.
But you didn't even win it back. You defended it.
Right. Now here is a nice little collage of people that's coming to them. Can you believe this Fan Fest is 4 months away? May 18th. It actually starts on the 17th. There's a Friday night one-man show that's going to happen. Of course, now with my chair shot memory, I can't think of the guy's name that's going to be doing it on Friday night.
Oh, he's in that collage. I don't remember his name either.
Oh, man, that's horrible. My memory should be better than this. But it's a one-man show. It's kind of like a comedy routine / storytelling. And that's what I really like is the storytelling. Tell me stories about on the road. And this guy, I can't believe I forgot his name, but he was like one of the first people to do a wrestling magazine. And so he would, go around to different promotions and taking pictures, writing stories about the programs.
Yeah, he made many career from people's favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, this is back in the day when it's all territories. So for you, like if you're in Tennessee, have your picture in a magazine that gets distributed out to like New York, that made your career. Anytime you can get your name further than where you have wrestled, that just makes you gold there. But let's start talking about these people here. So maybe his name will come back to me.
We had the Godfather, Sergeant Slaughter, which was one I like. We had Stan Hansen. Always loved seeing that man. Jimmy Hart. He's a good friend to us all. Very funny man.
Definitely. You got Greg the Hammer Valentine. He is actually, and I've told this before on a podcast, he is the first legend that I was able to wrestle. He actually smartened me up to the business too, because, in the wrestling ring, you always got to lean towards the legends. And when you're wrestling a legend, you let them lead the match. Of course, you're still trying to win the match, but at the same time, you kind of respect your elders. And he told me, look out for this, look out for that. And when we got into the ring, it was nothing like that. He did what he wanted and put my mangled body in different positions that I didn't think was possible. Until he, of course, he was well known for the sharpshooter, not the sharpshooter, what I'm thinking. Man, Ric Flair did the same move. Man, why am I blanking out today? I'm sure you guys are watching this thinking, why can't you remember anything? Figure four. Damn, man, I can't believe I couldn't remember that too. See how bad my memory is getting? But yeah, he put me in the figure four. Of course, I had to tap out to that because who's going to be able to get out of the figure four from Greg Danford Valentine, someone who has put that move on other legends and cost them their belts and everything. But
I would oil up and do it. Does that count?
I don't know if you want to go that way, but to each their own.
I mean, he outweighs me by 100 pounds, so.
But then the Rock and Roll Express, man. I mean, who doesn't love the Rock and Roll Express? One of the first groups that actually started coming out to music. Back in the day, you never heard of entrance music. It was always, the announcer in the ring announcing your weight and where you're from, and then as you get into the ring, then he announces your name. But that was one of the first groups that actually started coming out to music. And of course, I love my music when I come in. It just kind of gets you pumped.
Didn't Boogie Woogie Man? He's coming also in May. Didn't he come out to music also?
Oh yeah.
He strutted. Yeah, he strutted around the ring and through the crowd.
Yeah, he had to dance. Abdul the Butcher is going to be there, and all the times we talked about Brody and Abdul going back and forth at each other. The matches they had. I mean, they even had. Herb actually brought them both in and did a match in Dupo at the high school that was just renovated. So it's like new floors and everything. And then you got these two wild men, one swinging a chain and the other one, whooping out forks and everything else. So it's kind of crazy that they allowed them to happen.
Wasn't new for long.
Right.
And we have the Glow Girls coming also. You guys need to come check that out. We have Beastie, the Road Warrior. She's coming out. We have Sunny, Patricia Summerland. Glow Girl coming out.
A little backstory about her. She had cancer not too long ago. And, surviving the wrestling world, healthy is very rare. But to get cancer, and I talked about my father passing away from cancer, so cancer is a big thing in my life, and she was actually able to survive it. I want to say it was rectal cancer, though, so it's a different type of cancer than what my dad had. But anytime you can beat cancer, man, you're number one in my book.
Yeah, she's a fighter.
Yep. Dr. Tom Pritchard is going to be there. Now, Dr. Tom, he runs a school in Tennessee with Kane. And I tell you, since I help Bob Orton Jr., who is also going to be there, run his ACE Academy, there's been times when I run some of the programs that Tom does for his students. And, the way I figured, if it works for Dr. Tom's students, it's going to work for ours. And it really pays off because they do this thing called Man in the Middle. And, man, it really works the students out. And it's always nice, too, because when you're watching, some of the matches you put together, student versus student, and then they whip out this move that you had just taught them. Man, it really puts a smile on my face and kind of makes me realize, that's what I'm here for. But other people. Let's see here. Coco Beware. I mean, that guy right there, he is a legend. Always come out with the bird, coming out to the ring, and the bird's all flapping its wings, getting ready to fly away. But, Coco Beware, there's videos of him, and there's this one video where this rookie, I guess, tried to take a pop shot at him, and Coco was not having that. Coco just whooped his butt in the ring, and you can tell that, like the first shot Coco did on the guy was like, "What the hell's going on?" And then Coco proceeded to beat the crap out of him. So
you don't want to take off the guy that can brutalize you.
Yeah, and he's just he's a short guy. He's pretty. I don't know what his height is, but just seeing that short guy be able to whoop some ass, it's a thing of beauty. But little side note too. Once upon a time, he was supposed to tag with Gary Jackson when they were both up in the WWF. Of course, WWF, I guess Vince McMahon switched directions and put Coco with Owen Hart. Of course, Owen Hart is a great student of the game who, unfortunately passed away a few years ago. But it would have been interesting to see how that tag team would have turned out. Gary and Coco Beware. That would have been
definitely wouldn't have been confused for the Twin Towers. That's for sure.
Oh no.
Both of them are pretty short.
But
it's Bill Apner doing the one-man show.
Bill Apner, thank you. I can't believe I couldn't remember who the hell that was. Tito Santana, who was not, he was with us not too long ago. He's going to be back. And, he's got that new book out, Don't Call Me, Don't Call Me. Don't Call Me Chico.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was...
Yeah, well...
I talked to him a little bit last time he was out there about his book, but...
Yeah, so I'm actually still in the middle of reading it. I bought his book. And anyone who knows me knows I love to read wrestling books or biographies. And, so I'm still in the middle of that one. And, surprisingly enough, even after he got, done with wrestling, he was a school teacher. So he was teaching. So, I mean, that's kind of cool that he kind of, went back, not that he went back to a 9 to 5, but went back to start teaching. I think teachers have got it rough.
Yeah, he went from wrestling to wrestling.
Right.
He just made a lateral move.
Teachers, more power to them because, I have 3 boys, and every now and then, not anymore, but back in the day, you had to smarten them up because they would try to puff their chest and think that they could take the old man on, but you have to knock them down. Well, teachers, they got 30 students and different ones every hour. So that would drive me up the wall.
I would have hated to be a teacher when I was in the classroom because everybody who knows me is not going to be surprised, but kind of a troublemaker. But it was not really in a bad way. I was disruptive.
You? Disruptive?
I know. It was a shock. Because I was really bored all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would always do things like I got everybody to move all their desks out of the classroom out into, the quad area. Did that a couple times.
Yeah, so you're one of those practical jokers or something like that.
Yeah, pain in the ass. But I did all kinds of things like that. It was to the point to where, and I had a really, I don't know, you can call it a bad reputation, not for guys, to where they made me take 2 years straight of sex education based on my reputation alone, not based on actually who I was.
No, they were just really trying to force abstinence on you so that way you didn't reproduce.
Probably. We don't need more than him.
Right. Anyway, Teddy Long, They're going to be in the house again. They did their podcast live last year. I'm sure they're going to do their podcast again.
Yeah, Mac Davis, the Scorpion.
Yeah. But, Teddy Long, he was the manager of one of my favorite tag teams, and that was Doom. That was Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. I think that was one of the best tag teams in the 80s. But, besides Teddy Long being a manager, you got Harvey Whippleman in there. And then, he was a manager for so many people. At one point in time, he was a Rock's manager in Tennessee, in the Memphis territory. But
that's when Rock was before he was taking steroids. The guy's in his 50s. He can't be that ripped on natural. Come on.
Oh, I'm sure he is. With all that money, he can buy muscles, right? Well, I guess that's.
Well, yeah, that's with steroids, huh?
Never mind. I ain't saying anything. Anyway.
All right, Rock. If you have a problem, meet me in the ring May 18th.
There you go. The head of the table coming to SICW.
Yep.
One of our favorites, and I say favorites, is Haku. And my God, this guy is coming back. He comes with us every year. We go out with him every year to Vegas. He is just a class act and someone you don't want to piss off. You can YouTube land this, but all the people that ever does interviews about Haku talks about how, they're always at a bar and some punks or even sometimes groups of punks think that they get the best of Haku. And then, after they're all on the ground and the dust settles and Haku's walking out, who's the best man. But so Haku's going to be in town. Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, always a pleasure to have Jimmy. We call him the best friend of SICW. He's going to be there. And then, we got some local guys. Cahagas used to be, like a SICW staple.
Tokyo Monster.
Yeah, he's won the NWA championship a couple times. He's going to be there. You never know. Maybe he might return, get that itch to come back to SICW.
Mario Mancini going to be there again.
Yes. Let's see here. Gary Jackson is going to be honored there. That's why you see a picture of Gary. He's going in for the Sam Mushnick Award that night. Bob Orton Jr., he's right there in the center. He's actually going in to the Hall of Fame as well. As much as he's done for St. Louis, or his family. His dad was a wrestler. His brother was a wrestler. His son's currently a wrestler, Randy Orton. But Randy Orton had his start in St. Louis. He wrestled for South Broadway, which a lot of us have started. And he was actually the class right before mine. But as you can see, there's a lot of great talent, a lot of legends. Tim Storm, Dan Severn, the Beast. A lot of these legends are going to be in town.
Wendy Richter, one of the best female wrestlers. She's going to be here.
Yes. So please, get a hold of SICW.org for your tickets. Also, it's at a hotel, and you can stay at the hotel, but reservations are going by real quick, and you do get a discount if you go to SICW.org and click on the link to the Aviator Hotel, and that will automatically get your discount for your room. But like I said, we got the Friday night show, the one-man show, and then, of course, we got the Fan Fest. We're going to have the Hall of Fame, St. Louis Hall of Fame, and then we're going to have the show. So we last year, that's the show that I won my classic title at. Hopefully, this is 4 months away, but hopefully I go into the show defending that classic title. That's my whole goal. Well, not my whole goal, because my goal is to walk out being the classic champion still. But, Miranda Gordy has already been announced to being in that show. Big Joe Helms has been announced to go into the Brody Battle Royal.
Silverback's coming back. Huh?
Yeah, Silverback. Of course, Bobby D, he is the current Bruiser Brody, Tony Costa, Larry Matisic Battle Royal champion. And he'll tell you he's the two-time and only two-time and only back-to-back champion. But he's got to defend that cup So Bobby D will be in that as well. And then you got probably a good list of probably 20 or 25 people that's going to be in that battle royal too. As we get closer, I'm sure the matches will start appearing. Herb is pretty good at posting that. And he's been saying that there's still more legends to come. So I don't know, if you want a particular legend, I would tell you, get a hold of Herb and beg and plead and everything else, and see if he can pull some strings. But
I don't know, just from what he told us off the record, there's some
major plans.
Major ones being announced here coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah, so it's going to be cool. But I hope you like this version of the podcast. We're trying to bring you different things. And this week we decided to do this format for once, just to see if you guys liked it. We've seen that we added those little games that we've done at the last couple podcasts, name this wrestler or true or false. And, this is just a different style as well. You don't get to see our pretty faces, but you get to see the matches. Well, you did get to see my pretty face in one of the matches tonight. So
yeah, I saw you. I won't break anybody's cameras or.
Right.
Most people watch on their phones anyway. I won't break your phone with my ugly face. So.
Let us know. Let us know if this is something you'd like to see. Maybe besides the regular style podcast, we might hit you with one of these with just a match or two. I think 2 matches is a good time period, about a half hour or so. But let us know if you like this. So definitely hit share, comment, like, subscribe, and let us know how you feel. We're only trying to get better. So the only way to do that is for fans participating and let us know what you like. But Nate, I guess we watched our 2 matches. We talked about the Fan Fest, so I think we should let them go.
Yep.
Yeah. So
we're done. We have on Saturday, the 20th, we have Stanley Kerr coming on, talk about his radio program, his podcast, and his stories from traveling around. Yeah, wrestling with Heart. After that, we have Danny Boy on Monday, so it's going to be a doubleheader putting out podcasts this week.
I want to try to get into Danny's head and see where he's at, because he's going to be the special guest, special ref in my next match against Payton Ayres. He did really well at that cage match. Called it right down the line between Attila and Gary Jackson. So I'm hoping, I wouldn't see why not, but we'll get his opinion about that match and maybe my match coming up with him being the special guest referee. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, please like, share, comment away. And till next time, guys, thank you for watching the Squared Ring podcast.
You guys have a great one and a warm one. It's cold everywhere.